guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you've been enjoying this little mini series that I've been doing so far. Oh, by the way, hi gentlemen, I see a few of you watched a couple of my recent videos. Hi. So this may be the last video in this series, to be very honest, but episode 4 of Rebranding will be focusing on how you interact with others, setting boundaries, things of that nature that kind of tie into this whole rebrand, okay? Because when we're rebranding, when a new brand pops up or when an old brand steps out, everything has to flow with the rebrand. How you look, how you think, how you interact with others, places where you go, things that you do. All these things need to tie together and flow. So, first things first, I need you to become comfortable with setting boundaries for yourself and for others. I will forever speak about boundaries. In fact, I think I did a video on boundary setting. If I can find one on my channel, I'll link it down below. I also did a video recently where I did touch briefly on boundary setting. I'll also link that down below. But boundary setting is very important. And I feel that the reason why I focus so much on boundary setting is because I myself struggled so much with boundaries. There was a time in my life where I struggled so much with setting boundaries that it almost, I don't know. I became sad, frustrated, kinda annoyed, upset at myself, upset with people. And here's why I was upset with myself and upset with others. I was upset with myself because I knew that I had no reason being upset. I had no reason to be upset with myself because I hadn't set any boundaries in the first place, which was why others were just taking so much of me, of my time, of my space. And then I was upset with others because I was putting the responsibility of them respecting my boundaries on them, but we can't do that. So, with your rebrand, there are ways that people can and cannot speak to you. There are things that people can and cannot speak to you about. Make it very clear in whichever room you go into what your boundaries are. If they are tested, you need to say, listen, this is a hard boundary for me. This is a hard zone or whatever for me. I do not like when I'm approached like that. I do not like when people refer to me as that. I do not like when you touch me like this. I do not like when you're in my space so much. Please respect that. It's very uncomfortable having the conversation regarding boundaries. However, it makes life very easy down the road because now they know how to operate. Now they know that if they do something, you're gonna respond in a way that they won't like. It's uncomfortable in the beginning, but ladies, moving forward, it's all peachy. Because if you don't stick to the boundaries, then I'll just, we're not gonna interact as much. Because if you can't respect me as I respect you, then why are we really doing this? That's tip number 1. Boundaries. Important. And that kind of ties in with standing up for yourself. Don't be afraid to speak up for yourself and your beliefs. If you believe something, if it's your opinion, try not to back down on your opinion or your beliefs. Be okay with standing for what you stand for, especially if it's something that's really important to you. Don't allow other people to, because they don't validate you, don't give up on who you are or what you believe simply to please them. It's nonsense. It's crazy. Because you know what you're doing? You're saying to yourself right there that what you think is not as important as what they think. You're doing yourself a disservice. So, stand up for yourself. Stand up for your beliefs. Stand up for your opinions. They're your opinions and they matter. Not everyone has to agree. And in the same way, not everyone has to agree with you. You don't have to agree with everyone either. Okay? Boom. Now, another thing I want you to do, remember, we're changing how we look, how we think, how we speak, how we act. I also want you to be careful of the places where you go. You should know based on video number 1. If you haven't seen that, please go back, watch it, come back here. Okay? But based on video number 1, you should know the areas in which you want to rebrand. You should know how you want to be perceived by others. In the same way, but that Burberry wanted to change from being this brand that was associated with hooligans and criminals to being associated with luxury. And they changed how they operated. You also have to change how you operate as well. Which means there are certain places you cannot be seen. There are certain things that you cannot be doing. You cannot be your face can't be everywhere. If you want to be respected, there has to be some air of mystery surrounding you. Try not to be so predictable. Be careful of the places you're frequenting. Be careful of the people you're seen with. If you're trying to get into the corporate space, trying to move into more leadership positions, and you probably want to be going to different seminars where you can meet leaders in your field, where you can find a mentor, and less outside at the club. If you're trying to move into that space, you can't always be in the club because who you want to meet, where you're trying to go, may not always be in the club. I'm not saying anything is wrong with where you're going right now, but I mean, think about it. See what I'm saying? Think about it. Where you're trying to go, the people who are already there, where are they hanging out? What are they doing? Assess it for yourself and make changes accordingly. It's all about action, ladies. Action, action, action. You cannot tell yourself that you're going to rebrand and then do not follow through. Your actions have to speak for you. You can only recognize a rebrand after it has happened. And in the same way I told you in video number 1 to move in silence with this. While you're moving in silence, not because you didn't announce it means you get to give up along the way. No. You're moving in silence to protect yourself, to protect your moves, to protect what you want to do. But in moving in silence, do not take that as an excuse to give up on becoming a better you. I've had many times where I'm just like, okay, nobody knows that I'm working on this. So if I stop now, then I'll be fine. But you know who knows that you're working on it? Yourself. Yourself, you know. So don't let yourself down. We have, 5 months left in the year. Let's make the best of it, ladies. I wish you all the best. I love you. Share with me your thoughts below. How are you feeling? What's been going on? Where are you right now? What time is it where you are? I'm seeing people in South Africa, Nigeria, Dubai. What time is it where you are? Currently it is 4 p.m. on Sunday, June 26th. What time is it where you are? I love you. Thank you for watching.